Our recent soil test results have shown that we can now transition from building soil fertility to maintaining it, which will involve much less work and get us closer to our ideal of a do-nothing garden. In particular, we can make much less compost, and we can downsize our indoor vermicomposting operation. To get things started, I'll show how we're eliminating 3 of our 8 indoor worm bins by moving the worms to an outdoor bin. This will reduce our workload in a number of ways. As our indoor population of red wigglers has grown over the years, it has become increasingly difficult to find enough food for them. As a result, we've collected free local resources like used coffee grounds and spent brewery grains as an additional food source. Though I think this is an excellent strategy when building soil fertility, our soil has reached the point where it's no longer necessary and we can save ourselves the time and effort. One advantage of having the worms in the garden is that there's already an ample supply of decaying organic matter for them to consume, including autumn leaves, grass clippings, comfrey, wood chips, and garden waste. So there's no need to find additional food sources for them. We're also going to stop hot composting external free local resources until very high nutrient levels in the soil come down. And with so many worms in the garden, most of the compost will come from vermicompost, not hot compost. This saves us the trouble of having to turn compost piles. And since we won't be using as much compost in the garden, we can let piles sit longer and allow red wigglers to thoroughly break down the material before adding it to the garden. This will reduce the amount of sifting required, which is by far my least favorite gardening chore. The final advantage is that with fewer indoor worm bins, we won't have to shred as much paper and cardboard to serve as bedding for the worms. Instead, we'll simply place the material in the recycle bin, which requires considerably less effort. Autumn leaves will serve as bedding in the outdoor bins. Now I'll show you how we'll transfer worms from our indoor bins to an outdoor bin. I'll start with this one, which I never converted to an easy-to-use flow-through system, and I'm happy to get rid of. Ooh, that's heavy. The outdoor bin is a perfect environment for worms. It's spacious, has plenty of ventilation, and is full of leaves, used coffee grounds, garden waste, grass clippings, and food scraps. The pile is not hot, so it's safe for the worms. To transfer the worms to the outdoor bin, I simply lay a heavy-duty plastic bag that has many holes punched through it over the material. I then dump the contents over the plastic bag and spread them around. As you can see, the castings are absolutely loaded with worms. The food source below and the sunlight above will motivate the worms to move down through the holes into the worm bin. I'll give the worms a couple weeks to migrate into the new bin, and then I'll add the castings along with the remaining worms to the garden. I'll follow a similar process with 2 more indoor bins, bringing our total from 8 down to 5. And I'll likely reduce the number of indoor bins further in the future. Before next winter, I hope to build a walk-in hoop house with raised beds and cold frames in this location. The worm castings from the worm bin will go in the raised beds, and I'll move the worms to a new worm bin inside the hoop house. As I've shown in the past, red wigglers can survive and even thrive during our winters, given sufficient protection from the cold. So we've reached the point where we can move from building soil fertility to maintaining it. As part of this transition, we'll downsize our indoor vermicomposting operation, put more worms to work directly in the garden, and make less hot compost. All of these changes will require less work and get us closer to our ideal of a do-nothing garden. Well, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, remember, you can change the world 1 yard at a time.